I don't even know how to start this video, but as you guys can tell by the title, I'm about to be somebody's mother. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. This video is going to be all about me being pregnant, which sounds like, I feel like it's so weird to even say that out loud still. And it almost feels like, to me, it's like something too personal to share on the internet, but at the same time, I've been really wanting to share, so here we are. But life, man, life is crazy. I am just going to do like very simple makeup, do a little get ready with me to go run some errands. I obviously just got out the shower and did my hair. I'm just letting it air dry. And I'm using this eczema calming cream from Vaseline for this like super dry spots I've been getting on my face that I have declared are eczema, because they just, I always get them. I always get it on my eyelids, I always get it under my eyes, and now I'm starting to get it on my neck. And I've been using this for like 3 days now, and it's been working. I feel like it's calmed down a lot of the dryness and redness that I've been having on my face right here. So I'm gonna put some on those areas before I start doing my makeup. So I am indeed pregnant, which is so weird to say. Like sometimes I just still can't even believe it. And I'm already halfway done. I just passed my 20-week mark. So if I make it all the way to 40, that would be halfway. And I just like can't believe it still. We just had our 20-week appointment yesterday. We still don't know the gender though, because we are gonna do a gender reveal. So we wanna be surprised this weekend. I could walk downstairs and open the freaking envelope in my car to find out the gender, but I don't wanna ruin the surprise for myself. So I'm patiently waiting like 4 more days until the gender reveal. Also, if I sound like I'm nervous and I start rambling, it's because I am, and I don't know why. But in this video, I'm just gonna talk to you about how I found out I was pregnant, how my first trimester went, and how my second trimester is going so far. And if there's anybody who is also pregnant at the same time as me, I would love to know if you're willing to share. Leave a comment down below, let me know how your pregnancy has been, or if you can relate to anything that I talk about in this video. So like I said, I'm basically halfway done with my pregnancy already. It's so crazy because I'm finally, like in the past 2 weeks, I finally started to see my belly actually grow like into a round pregnant belly. I feel like for a long time, I was in this weird phase where I was like gaining weight and my stomach was looking pudgy, but it was definitely not like a pregnant belly. Even still now, like I feel like if I'm wearing like loose clothing, you cannot tell that I'm pregnant. So I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I feel like a lot of people don't even know that I'm pregnant yet. So let's take it back to the day I found out I was pregnant, which I really did not think I was pregnant. And I say that and you're probably gonna be like, girl, how didn't you know? Because I did miss my period for 5 days. But I truly did not believe I was pregnant at the time I took the pregnancy test, because I had the flu. Like I had the flu pretty bad. I was literally dying. I had a freaking inhaler because I couldn't breathe. I had my cough medicine, all this stuff. So the week that I had the flu, I was supposed to get my period, but it never came. And in my head, I'm like, well, maybe my period's not coming because like I'm sick. And I've heard before that if you're like really sick, sometimes your period won't come, because your body's trying to focus on keeping you alive, fighting off like whatever else is going through your body at the time. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I think my period is not coming, or it's just gonna be late, because I was really sick. Like on day 5 of not getting my period, I finally was like, okay, I should probably take a pregnancy test. But literally, like at the moment that I took the test, I truly still did not believe that I was pregnant. I don't know if I was in denial or what, but I took the test and I left it in the bathroom for my boyfriend at the time to look at it. I told him like, I'll just go in there and look at the test, and I really didn't think anything of it. And then as soon as he was done using the bathroom, he comes out and all he says, I think he says like, you need to sit down. And I'm like, oh shit. In his face, I can just tell that he was dead serious, and I already knew it was positive. And that's how I found out I was pregnant. So yeah, that's how that went. And then that whole day was just like a very weird day, because we were like happy but also super scared and like overwhelmed. There was a lot of tears that day, and it was kind of like really bad timing, because the day before we also got other news about some other life things that are happening that I'm not even gonna get into, but I'm sure I'll share on my channel eventually. So it was just like a lot happening all at one time. Like in the span of 24 hours, we got 2 very big like life-changing pieces of information, I guess. So it was just a lot. I remember on that day, we were just out and about the whole day. We went out to eat, went to the movies, and we're doing like random things. And I remember I would just keep stopping and being like, that's crazy. That's all I kept saying, like, that's crazy, referring to me being pregnant, because I couldn't believe it. And it's weird because like a little pregnancy test says, yes, you're pregnant, but like I didn't really have any symptoms. If it wasn't for me missing my period, I probably would have found out that I was pregnant way further along. Like if I had super irregular periods, or I don't know, I guess maybe if I was on birth control or something, I wouldn't have thought I was pregnant because I had no symptoms. And so far in my pregnancy, I've had very like minimal symptoms, which I'm super grateful for. So also, I'll give you guys a little bump update at the end of this video, so stay tuned. And don't fast forward, okay? Don't fast forward. And the first trimester, I was just so exhausted. Like I'm never the kind of person who would take naps. I'm always like, I need to be productive. Even if I was exhausted, I would never just take naps throughout the day. And that first trimester, I could not stay awake. I was so tired. Another big thing for me, which I thought was weird because I personally haven't heard like much about it. You always hear about pregnancy cravings, but for me, I actually had like food aversions where the things that I used to love eating, I could not eat anymore. The smells of certain foods was disgusting, like literally made me want to throw up. And I actually started eating meat again. I've been a vegetarian, well, up until like a few weeks ago, I've been a vegetarian for 3 years. And this pregnancy, I couldn't eat my little vegan soy meats or whatever. I couldn't eat them anymore. So I needed some sort of protein in my life, and I decided that I was gonna eat fish and poultry again. So I'm still not eating like beef or any type of red meat, but I have been eating chicken and I do not regret it at all. So that was definitely a big change when it came to my diet. I actually just bought this Rare Beauty concealer. I've been wanting to try Rare Beauty so badly. I bought the concealer and a mascara. I wanted to buy the blush and a few other things, but there were so many products sold out at Sephora when I went. I might order them online instead. But yeah, so all of my little vegan alternative protein sources or whatever, done. I cannot eat them. Like I remember one day I literally cried because there's these like plant-based chicken nuggets that I used to love so much. I tried making them. I made them in the air fryer first. They were disgusting. So the next day I was like, let me make them in the oven like I used to. They were even more disgusting, and I literally cried because I was like, I don't know what else to eat. Like I'm so tired of eating the Beyond Beef. I ate that so much because that was the only thing that didn't make my stomach hurt, but I ate it so much that I couldn't eat it anymore. And I've always had like soy intolerance, I would say. Soy products make my stomach hurt so bad. And I don't know if pregnancy made it worse, or I was just like, I just can't put up with the pain because it really is painful. But I would suck it up over the past 3 years because I wanted like a tasty meal that wasn't just rice and veggies. I don't know, I just could not eat it anymore since I got pregnant. So that eliminated a bunch of options for me because soy is like in so many vegan products. So I was basically left to die. I was basically left to not eat anything besides rice and beans. So that is basically the story on why I decided to eat meat again. I also wanted to tell you guys about my first ultrasound experience, which was literally traumatizing, and it was the worst start to a pregnancy in my opinion. So I found out that I was pregnant when I was only 5 weeks, and I was calling around like, I don't know, you're supposed to call a doctor, like confirm you're pregnant, but at least in my case, everybody kept saying that they wouldn't see me until I was like 10 weeks. And I was like, that's a long time to just sit here with this information and not know for sure. Like, even though the pregnancy test is positive, like it just wasn't enough for me. I needed confirmation. I needed to know like it was good. So I was calling. Nobody would see me. I finally found this one place. It was a mobile ultrasound clinic, and I didn't think anything of it because I see a bunch of like mobile clinics, like COVID clinics or COVID testing mobile sites and just everything like that. Like I feel like it's not that weird to have mobile clinics nowadays. So I didn't think anything of it. I called. They were the only people to say, yes, come in. They were so excited. At this point, I think I was like 6 weeks. They were like, yes, we can do the ultrasound. They were so excited. I was like, okay, perfect. So I set the appointment up, and I think it was like 6 weeks and 5 days or something that I went to this clinic. Mind you, it was a mobile clinic. I knew it was going to be in like some sort of trailer or something, but I'm thinking I'm going to pull up. It's going to be like clearly labeled and telling me what it is. Like, you know, just like a legit place. Tell me why we pull up to this little brown RV camper sitting in an abandoned store parking lot. Yeah. And I don't know why at that moment I didn't turn around. As soon as we pulled up, I did have like a really bad feeling. And if I was by myself, I probably wouldn't have went in. But I still went in because I was literally desperate just to see that like I actually had a little fetus in me. So we went in. So there was like 3 ladies in there and they were all super nice, but I definitely should have done my research about the company and like who they were, because they had some very, very strong opinions on things. And I'm not even gonna get into it on this channel, but if you catch what I'm saying, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they have very, very strong opinions, and they ask you, I feel like it's kind of normal, you know, what are your plans, whether you're keeping, adopting, or doing something else. I'm keeping my baby. I told them that straight away. There was no question about it. That should have been the end of a conversation. But instead, I get like a full lecture on why I shouldn't choose this one option. I had to watch the most graphic video that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Literally. That thing was 7 minutes. I had to listen to stories about why not to do this thing that they were so against, that I wasn't going to do anyway, before I can get the ultrasound. And I don't know why in that moment I could not just like get up and leave, even though I should have. And I wouldn't have had to gone through that, but I could not like get up. Like I just felt like I was stuck there, and it was horrible. And then once that was all done, we finally got to the ultrasound part, and I was like thinking in this moment, like, what if they're trying to do like some reverse psychology crazy stuff and like telling me they're so against this thing, but I sit on this table and something crazy goes down. So since I was so early on in the pregnancy, I thought it was going to have to be like an internal ultrasound. So I had asked them if it was going to be internal or external. I don't know the actual words. Things like transvaginal or whatever. But if it was going to be internal, that was going to be the last straw for me. Like, okay, I can't do this, because I was actually scared of what was going to happen. But since they said it was going to be like an over the belly one, I was like, okay, I'll do it, because I really wanted to like confirm that I was pregnant, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. So part of me is happy that I did go to this clinic, because they were able to confirm that the pregnancy was viable, like the fetus was growing in the right place, you were able to see the heartbeat. So it did make me happy, because it gave me some peace of mind. But I left that clinic in tears, crying, and I just like, a big part of me wish I didn't go there, or I would have just done my research beforehand, because I just don't wish that upon anybody. And I just think it was so unnecessary, like the depth of that information, and like it was not fun. Definitely do your research if you're trying to find a clinic. Like, don't be too desperate. Trust me, I know when you find out you're pregnant, you're super anxious, want to make sure everything's okay, but to avoid any trauma, do your research beforehand. So overall, all my pregnancy symptoms have been very, very minimal. All the tiredness from the first trimester has went away. Like, I have so much more energy in the second trimester. I had like 1 week towards the end of the first trimester where I was starting to feel super nauseous, like having morning sickness when I woke up, but I haven't thrown up one time since I found out I was pregnant. And the biggest thing for me is honestly probably the food, my diet changing, and me not being able to enjoy the things that I used to love. And that's pretty much it. I feel like for me, the pregnancy has been more emotionally and like mentally challenging than it is physically. And 2 things pregnancy has definitely made me hate so far is cooking. I hate cooking. I like cry over the fact that I have to cook my own meals sometimes. And oh yeah, I've also cried more than I've ever cried in my life in the past like 5 months. So, but the second thing that I've grown to hate is doing my hair. And it's kind of messing up my whole content creator thing, me trying to be all super freaking consistent this year and all this stuff, because I just haven't been in the mood, first of all, to do my hair. And then also like my physical appearance is obviously changing. I can even tell in my face. I don't know if you can tell, I know I can tell. So when I look at myself sometimes, I'm like, ew, even though I know I shouldn't be like that, but I don't feel the greatest sometimes. I don't like the way that I look. It's a lot looking in the mirror and like seeing your body change. It's a lot. It can be a lot, even though I know it's gonna be worth it. And like, I'm trying not to be like a superficial or, you know, whatever, because my body is literally doing an amazing thing, and I'm super, super grateful that I can even experience being pregnant. And it's so beautiful, but it can be very challenging on you mentally. And that's something I've been dealing with. So it's hard for me to like keep a consistent schedule with filming, because sometimes I'll be so motivated to film and I'm like, let me get set up all my equipment, and then I get in front of the camera and I'm like, I don't like the way that I look today, so that's not happening, and then I just won't film. So I'm sorry if the videos have been kind of slow, even though I keep saying I'm gonna be so consistent, but I hope you guys understand. I'm sure you guys will completely understand. what I've been dealing with. So I think we told our families that I was pregnant around 10 weeks or something like that. If you watched that Biscoff cake video that I made a few months ago, those are the cakes I used to announce to our families that I was pregnant. So if you watched it and you were like, why is she making baby cakes? I didn't even mention it. I kind of glanced over the fact that I was using like little baby fondant molds. But yeah, I made those 2 cakes and then I glued or taped like a little ultrasound picture in the inside. So when you open it, it was like an ultrasound picture, and then the cake. I actually have the videos of their reactions. I think I have it on my phone. I did film it on my camera and I ended up deleting the footage, but if I find the videos from both of our families' reactions, I'll insert them right here. Everybody was so happy and is very excited for us. I feel like I already forgot a bunch of things that I wanted to say in this video because I do like mentally rehearse everything that I want to say when I record, but I don't even know what else to say at this point. I feel like that's pretty much sums up pregnancy for me so far, even though I'm missing so much more that I probably could mention. But it definitely has been like mentally and emotionally challenging, but I know it's going to be worth it. And I'm really excited to share this journey because I love looking back on bits and pieces of my life on YouTube. I think I posted my first video in like 2016 or 17. If you have been here since those videos, leave a comment down below letting me know you're an OG subscriber. One thing that I absolutely love about YouTube is that you can look back on little bits and pieces of your life that you've recorded and just see like the journey that life has took you on. So I'm excited to look back in a few years and see some of my pregnancy journey on the internet, you know. I just think that's so cool. And I was very hesitant to share. Like I was like, should I pull Kylie Jenner? I was never gonna do that, but in my head I'm like, I don't know how much I want to share about my pregnancy, but I don't know. I was just like waiting for the right time, just whenever I thought I would feel comfortable to share. And I do feel very comfortable sharing now. Well, I wouldn't say very comfortable because I feel kind of like I said in the beginning, it's like a very personal thing, but at the same time you're excited to like share, but it's like very personal. And I'm a very private person, even though I do make videos and stuff. I talked about this before. Like I really only share like a little bits about my life on the internet. So this seems like a big deal to me. So yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys appreciate the I guess the openness, the vulnerability of sharing your pregnancy on the internet. So this is the Rare Beauty mascara that I was talking about earlier. I got the mini version because I just wanted to try it out. It was 11 bucks. But I don't know if it's just because this is mini. I'm sure it's just because it's mini, but the wand is so tiny. I wish it was like longer. I feel like it's so short and thick that, I don't know, feels like harder to apply mascara right now. Like I mentioned, the gender reveal is this weekend, so I'm so excited. I'm also going to be making my own gender reveal cake. The cake is not what's going to be used to like reveal the gender, but there's going to be like little treats and stuff, and I really want to make my own cake. My sister sent me this really cool idea for a gender reveal cake, so I'm going to try to replicate it. I'm actually getting ready to go to the store right now to pick up everything I need for that. And then also I need to buy my dog a bed or something because he destroyed his, so he's been sleeping on some blankets, but he needs a bed. I feel bad, even though he's the one who ruined it. I am gonna go diffuse my hair a little bit. This is probably not gonna be the best wash day, but I'm actually finally getting my hair cut and colored tomorrow. So that is also going to be another video to stay tuned for. I am so excited to finally get my hair done because like I said, I have been wanting to do my hair. So maybe if I get it done, fresh color, fresh cut, it'll motivate me more to do it. And I'm just excited because I want to get my hair done. I haven't been to the salon in forever, but I definitely will take you guys with. I'm going to use my Time-O Air Hype and we're just going to see how my hair turns out today. It's definitely not completely dry, but I am done diffusing for the day. Like that was a good 20 minutes and it's probably like 60% dry. I'm just putting a little bit of oil in my hair and I'm just gonna let the rest of it air dry. My hair is actually still pretty wet in the back, but I am using my energy wisely and I'm not wasting it on diffusing my hair. I think that's the thing. Curly hair takes a lot of work and a lot of energy, and I feel like that's why I haven't been wanting to do it, because I'm limited. I'm very limited now. Like, so yeah, that is pretty much the end of today's video, letting you guys know what has been going on in my life, a little oversharing on the internet, if you will. but I guess I'll show you guys a little bump update, my first bump update that I've ever done on video. But first, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and join me on this new journey of mine. Also, if you don't follow me on any other socials, go ahead and follow me on there. I use the same username for everything, so it should be pretty easy to find me. Okay, so this is my almost 21 week belly. I feel like from the front, I don't know if you can really tell, but that's it. And then this is from the side, the little belly bump. It actually has grown over the past 2 weeks. Like, this was not here 2 weeks ago. That's so crazy. My little belly bump.